Stop. Don't scroll right now. It feels like this moment was placed gently in front of you for a reason. Take a slow breath. Allow your shoulders to soften and let go of the heavy weight you have been carrying inside your chest for so long. Just listen for a while. These words are meant for you. Life is not always as beautiful as it looks from the outside. People see your smile, your routine, your responsibilities, and they think everything is fine, but they do not see the quiet moments when the world becomes silent and your thoughts become loud. They do not see the nights when the room is dark, the phone is still, and your heart begins to ache. You wished someone would notice. You wished someone would ask how you are really doing. You have cried many nights alone, hiding your tears so no one would worry, wondering how long you could keep going. Since childhood, you tried a little harder, hoping that being good, being responsible, being understanding would make you feel chosen. Yet deep inside, there were moments you felt invisible. Then you grew up and trusted someone with your whole heart, believing this time things would be different, believing someone would stay. But somehow you found yourself alone again, and that silence made you question your worth. Friends drifted away when life became heavy, and you asked yourself if you only mattered when others needed something. Then came the pressure of studies, work, responsibilities, and expectations. You tried again and again, believing that this time things would finally work out. Yet disappointment kept returning. You sacrificed your own dreams for others. You stayed strong for your family, and still felt like it was never enough. All these moments collected quietly inside you. But hear this, you are not weak. You are not broken. You are not useless. You are still here, and that alone is strength. Waking up every day and continuing even when your heart feels tired is something not everyone can do. Every tear, every effort, every time you chose not to give up matters, even if you cannot see the result yet. One day you will look back and realize how much you survived. One day today's pain will become part of your story, and you will tell someone else to hold on, because things do change. Something new is slowly forming, a new opportunity, a new beginning. Peace will slowly return. The weight inside your chest will ease. Your sleep will become softer again. This storm will not last forever. Darkness always passes. So forgive yourself today. Remind yourself that what you are doing right now is enough. Healing does not happen all at once. It happens quietly in small moments. Stay here a little longer. Let the noise fade. You do not need to rush anywhere. Life became heavy not because you failed, but because you carried so much. You showed up on days your heart was tired. You supported others while silently hurting. Those are silent victories. Nights came when sleep refused to stay and your mind replayed old memories, but you were doing the best you could with what you knew then. Everyone is learning as they go. Even those who look confident carry their own struggles. So tonight, your only task is to be gentle with yourself. You do not need to solve everything now. Growth often happens quietly, like roots forming underground. One day you will notice you are stronger. Situations that once broke you will no longer control you. Healing is slow, but it is real. Storms pass, wounds soften, new chapters begin. Laughter will return. Dreams will slowly come back. You may feel stuck, but being stuck does not mean you are failing. It means you are gathering strength. Your worth is not measured by speed, money, or perfection. Your worth is in your heart, your effort, your hope. Hold on to even a small hope. Tomorrow may feel lighter. Next month, a door may open. One day you will be grateful you stayed. So breathe, rest, drink water, ask for support when needed. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to begin again. You do not need all the answers, only the courage for the next small step. Step by step, life will shift, until one day you will stand somewhere you once dreamed of reaching, and smile quietly remembering how far you have come. Your journey is not ending here. It is still unfolding. Better days are already finding their way to you. Keep going gently. Keep believing. Stay. And when you are ready, move forward. As time moves forward, you begin to notice small shifts inside you, even if nothing around you changes yet. You start breathing a little deeper, reacting a little slower, and holding yourself with more patience than before. The world may still be loud, but something inside you is learning how to stay calm. You are no longer judging yourself as harshly as you used to. You begin to understand that healing is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming honest with yourself. There will be mornings when motivation feels distant, and nights when old fears try to return. But now you know those moments do not define you. They are just passing waves. You are learning how to sit with discomfort without letting it control you, learning how to rest without guilt, learning how to say no when your heart needs space. Slowly, your mind becomes quieter, and your heart feels safer. You stop replaying every mistake and start appreciating how far you have come. You begin to trust that even delays have meaning, even silence has lessons. Life starts teaching you in softer ways, through small moments of peace, through unexpected kindness, through moments where you realize you are not as broken as you once believed. You begin to feel guided, protected, and held, even when you cannot explain it. You start understanding that strength does not always look like pushing. Sometimes it looks like letting go. There will come a day when you wake up and the heaviness is not the first thing you feel. Your thoughts will be clearer, your steps more confident, and your heart more open. You will start dreaming again, not because everything is fixed, but because you finally believe you deserve good things. You will attract people who respect your heart, opportunities that match your effort, and environments where you no longer have to prove your worth. You will feel more aligned with your purpose, more connected to your inner peace, and more grateful for the journey that shaped you. The pain you once begged to escape will become the reason you understand others more deeply. Your story will become a light for someone else who feels lost, and without realizing it, you will inspire simply by surviving and choosing hope again and again. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be, growing quietly, preparing for a chapter that requires the strength you are building now. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust yourself. What is meant for you will not miss you. Keep walking gently. Keep listening to your heart. And remember, you are becoming someone stronger, calmer, and wiser with every passing moment. There will be moments ahead when you pause and notice how different you feel compared to before, not because life suddenly became easy, but because you became stronger inside. Situations that once drained you will no longer have the same power over your emotions. You will respond with calm instead of fear, with clarity instead of confusion, and with self-respect instead of self-doubt. You will start choosing peace over proving yourself, and that choice will quietly change everything. You will learn to protect your energy without guilt, to walk away from what no longer nourishes your soul, and to stay present with what truly matters. You will feel more grounded, more aware, and more connected to your inner voice, guiding you gently through decisions big and small. Life will not stop challenging you, but you will stop seeing challenges as punishments. Instead, you will recognize them as lessons, shaping your resilience, your patience, and your wisdom. There will be days filled with gratitude for simple things, like quiet mornings, steady breath, and the comfort of knowing you did not give up on yourself. You will become someone who listens more deeply, understands more compassionately, and loves more wisely, not because you were never hurt, but because you healed through it. Your past will no longer feel like a burden, but like proof of how much you endured and overcame. Your confidence will grow from within, not from approval, not from comparison, but from self-acceptance. You will realize that peace is not found in having everything figured out, but in trusting yourself to handle whatever comes next. And as you continue forward, you will feel a sense of alignment between who you are and how you live. Your values will guide your steps, your heart will feel lighter, and your future will feel open and welcoming. You are not chasing happiness anymore. You are creating space for it, and in that space, your life will begin to unfold in ways you once thought were possible.
As you continue walking through your days, something within you keeps softening and strengthening at the same time. You begin to understand yourself in ways you never did before. You start noticing your emotions without running from them, without judging them, without trying to silence them. You learn that feeling deeply is not a weakness, but a sign that your heart is still alive. There will be moments when old memories resurface unexpectedly, when a sound, a place, or a quiet evening reminds you of who you used to be. And instead of breaking down, you simply breathe and let it pass. You realize that the past no longer controls you. It only reminds you of how far you have come. You begin to feel proud of surviving days you once thought would destroy you, proud of staying kind in a world that tested your patience, proud of choosing hope even when it felt fragile. Slowly, your inner dialogue changes. The voice that once criticized you now learns to comfort you. The voice that once said you are not enough now whispers that you are trying, and that matters. You stop chasing validation from places that cannot give it, and start building a sense of safety within yourself. Your boundaries become clearer, your priorities become simpler, and your heart becomes lighter. You learn to enjoy your own company, to sit in silence without feeling lonely, to rest without feeling guilty, to say no without explaining yourself. Life still moves forward with its uncertainties, but you move with it instead of against it, trusting that you do not need to see the whole path to take the next step. There will be days when joy surprises you quietly, through a small smile, a peaceful breath, a moment of gratitude that feels real, not forced. You will begin to notice beauty in ordinary moments, in warm sunlight, in slow mornings, in conversations that feel genuine. You will feel more connected to the present moment instead of constantly worrying about what comes next. Your faith in life will deepen, not because everything is perfect, but because you have learned that you can handle imperfection. You will start attracting experiences that align with who you are becoming, opportunities that respect your effort, people who see you for who you truly are, and situations that allow you to grow without losing yourself. You will feel more confident making decisions because you trust your inner guidance. You will stop rushing timelines, stop comparing your journey, and stop questioning your worth based on outcomes. You will understand that becoming yourself is a process, not a destination, and every step counts, even the slow ones, even the uncertain ones, especially the quiet ones. One day you will look back at this version of yourself with compassion and gratitude, realizing that this was the season where everything began to change. Not loudly, not suddenly, but deeply and permanently. You will realize that staying was brave, resting was necessary, and continuing was powerful. Your story is still being written, and every breath you take is proof that you are moving forward, whether you notice it or not. Better days are not just coming, they are forming around you, through the choices you are making, through the strength you are building, and through the patience you are learning to give yourself. And as the days continue unfolding, you begin to sense that something profound is happening beneath the surface of your ordinary routines. Something steady, something patient, something that does not rush yet never stops moving forward. You wake up some mornings still carrying traces of yesterday, but you also wake up with a quiet determination that was not there before. A willingness to try again, even if the results are uncertain, even if no one applauds your effort. You start realizing that resilience is built in unseen hours, in private decisions, in moments when you choose growth over comfort and peace over chaos. There are still days when exhaustion visits you, when doubts try to whisper familiar fears into your thoughts. But now you recognize those whispers as echoes of an older version of you, not the truth of who you are becoming. You no longer allow temporary feelings to define your permanent identity. You let them pass like weather through an open sky, understanding that storms may visit, yet they do not own the horizon. You begin to build a relationship with yourself that is rooted in patience. You forgive yourself for the times you did not know better. You release the pressure to be flawless and accept that being human includes mistakes, confusion, and learning through experience. You start noticing how far your perspective has shifted. Situations that once felt unbearable now feel manageable. Conversations that once triggered you now invite reflection instead of reaction. You have developed space between stimulus and response, and inside that space you find your power. You are no longer driven solely by fear of failure or desire for approval. You are guided by alignment, by values, by a deeper awareness of what truly matters to your soul. You begin to cultivate habits that nourish you, slow evenings without distraction, mindful mornings where you breathe intentionally, choices that respect your physical, emotional, and mental limits. You are no longer chasing every opportunity. You are discerning which opportunities resonate with who you are becoming. This discernment brings clarity, and clarity brings calm. You realize that success is not a single dramatic achievement, but a collection of consistent small actions repeated over time. You become more disciplined, not out of self-punishment, but out of self-respect. You start keeping promises to yourself, and every kept promise strengthens your confidence. You notice that your energy is no longer scattered across things that drain you. Instead, it is invested in growth, in relationships that reciprocate, in goals that inspire rather than exhaust you. You understand now that boundaries are not walls meant to isolate, but bridges that protect your inner world. You communicate more honestly, you listen more attentively, and you respond more thoughtfully. Your empathy deepens because you know what it feels like to struggle quietly. You extend grace to others while also extending grace to yourself. There will still be uncertainty ahead. There will still be chapters you cannot predict yet. Uncertainty no longer paralyzes you. It challenges you to trust the foundation you have built within you. You have learned that fear does not disappear before courage acts. Courage acts despite fear. You take steps even when outcomes are unclear, because you understand that movement creates momentum, and momentum reshapes circumstances. Gradually, you witness subtle transformations in your environment. People begin to treat you with the respect you first offered yourself. Opportunities appear that reflect the standards you decided to uphold. Your internal shift influences your external reality, not through magic, but through alignment, through the quiet confidence that radiates when someone knows their worth. You no longer measure your progress against others' timelines. You measure it against your own growth, against the person you were months ago, against the strength you once lacked and now possess. You celebrate small milestones because you understand their cumulative impact. You recognize that fulfillment is not postponed to some distant future. It is experienced in the present through intentional living. You find satisfaction in discipline, joy in simplicity, and peace in authenticity. And as this transformation continues, you notice that your vision of the future evolves as well. You dream not from desperation, but from inspiration. You plan not from anxiety, but from clarity. You act not from impulse, but from intention. Your relationships become deeper because you show up fully as yourself, without masks, without excessive people-pleasing, without shrinking your light to fit smaller spaces. You are comfortable occupying your space in the world, neither dominating nor diminishing, simply existing with quiet assurance. You understand now that setbacks are data, not definitions. They provide feedback, not final verdicts. You analyze them, learn from them, and adjust your course without attacking your identity. This growth mindset allows you to remain flexible yet grounded, ambitious yet balanced, hopeful yet realistic. And over time you begin to experience a profound sense of integration. The different parts of you, the ambitious part, the vulnerable part, the cautious part, the courageous part, start working together instead of against each other. You feel whole, not because life is flawless, but because you have embraced every layer of yourself. This wholeness generates a stability that external circumstances cannot easily shake. You no longer depend entirely on outcomes for emotional security, because you have cultivated inner stability through reflection, through perseverance, through countless quiet choices that strengthened your character. And as seasons change, you realize that you are no longer merely surviving. You are intentionally living. You are designing your days with awareness, choosing conversations that matter, investing time in growth, resting when necessary, and moving forward when ready. You are building a life that reflects your values, rather than reacting to every external demand. And in doing so, you become an example, not through loud declarations, but through consistent behavior. Others may not know the battles you fought internally, but they will see the composure, the clarity, the confidence that resulted from those battles. You will continue evolving because growth is not an event, it is a lifelong process, and each chapter will refine you further, sharpen your wisdom, deepen your compassion, strengthen your discipline, and expand your perspective. You will encounter new goals, new relationships, new responsibilities, and you will approach them with a balanced heart, knowing that you are capable of adapting, learning, and thriving. And through it all, you will maintain the understanding that progress is rarely linear. It moves in cycles, in phases of acceleration and reflection, in moments of action and recalibration. Yet regardless of pace, you remain committed to forward movement. You remain anchored in self-trust and sustained by hope, not blind hope, but informed hope, built on evidence of your resilience, built on proof of your capacity to endure, to adjust, to rise again and again. And as you continue this journey, you carry with you the awareness that better days are not accidents. They are outcomes shaped by consistent intention, shaped by courage practiced daily, shaped by the decision to stay, to grow, to believe, and to move forward, even when the path is not fully visible. As the journey continues, you begin to live with a quieter confidence that does not seek attention, yet feels steady in your chest. You move through your days with a growing sense of presence, noticing how your breath anchors you when thoughts try to wander into worry. You understand now that awareness itself is a form of strength. The more you notice, the less you are controlled by old patterns. You start to respond to life rather than react to it, giving yourself a moment to choose how you show up, in conversations, in decisions, in moments of pressure. You feel an inner steadiness forming, a calm center that remains even when circumstances feel uncertain. You accept that not every day will feel inspired, yet every day can still be meaningful, because consistency matters more than intensity. You commit to small routines that ground you, simple actions repeated with care and intention. These routines become rituals of self-respect, reminding you that you deserve stability and care. You find balance between effort and rest, learning when to push forward and when to pause without guilt.
You honor your limits, knowing that sustainability is what allows growth to continue over time. You stop viewing rest as weakness and start recognizing it as strategy. You listen more closely to your body and your intuition, adjusting your pace when needed. You begin to see challenges as invitations to refine your approach, rather than signs to quit. When obstacles appear, you break them down into manageable steps, focusing on what you can control in the present moment. This focus reduces overwhelm and builds momentum. You gain confidence from progress measured in actions rather than outcomes. You learn that showing up consistently reshapes your identity into someone reliable to yourself. This self-trust becomes a powerful foundation, influencing every area of your life. Your work benefits from clearer priorities. Your relationships benefit from honest communication. Your inner world benefits from reduced self-criticism. You allow yourself to be imperfect while remaining committed to improvement. This balance frees you from extremes and supports steady growth. You become more selective with where you invest your time and energy, choosing environments that support your values. You disengage from comparisons that drain your motivation, understanding that each path unfolds differently. You focus on alignment rather than approval, and this alignment creates peace. You feel increasingly comfortable with uncertainty because you trust your ability to adapt. You understand that clarity often follows action rather than preceding it, so you move